Hey, it's Abbi J from AJ Life Hacks, and today we're talking all about stress and how to handle the stress in your life. Now, we all can have so many different stressors in our life, and these 5 tips that I'm going to share with you today are tips that are down to earth and are going to help you manage and control the level of stress in your life. So let's get going. The first tip I have for you when dealing with stress is to identify the stressor. Now, so many times, well, maybe just me, but I always am thinking to myself, I'm so stressed. And a lot of the time, I don't even really know about what. It's just this general feeling and emotion I'm experiencing that we label as stress. Well, if we want to really take control of our stress in our lives and handle it in the best way possible, we need to know what in the world is even stressing us out. So that's tip number 1, is to identify it. And I mean literally write it out and actually name your stress. The second tip I have for you is to really think and ask yourself this one question, which is, can I do anything about this stressor right now? Now, why this is such an important question to ask yourself is because it's vital to understanding your stress. Meaning, there are some stressors that we can do something about right now. If I'm really stressed about my homework load, or I'm really stressed about maybe failing a class, well, guess what? I can go to work on that immediately. I can stay after school and get some extra help. I can get that test or big project done and feel like I am taking control of that aspect of my life. And that in and of itself is going to help you feel better about the stress in your life. But there's also a lot of stress in our lives that are what ifs. Well, what if this happens? Or what if I don't do this? Or what if this big catastrophic thing happens to me? So with this step, ask yourself that question. Can I do anything about this? And if you can, then absolutely get to work on doing what you can to eliminate that stress in your life and attacking the problem. And why this is really important to figure that out is because it's going to help you with step number 3, which is to commit to not worrying about things that aren't in your control. Now, I totally understand that is so much harder done than it is said. But it's a principle that if you can live by it, the amount of stress that's ruling and dictating your life is really drastically going to go down. And that's because you're going to release control of things that are out of your control. And like I said, this is really easier said than done, but you can start to practice this and start to say to yourself, hey, no, I can feel myself stressing about this. I'm gonna not worry about this right now. And this isn't just shoving your problems off till tomorrow. This is putting your problems in a manageable spot because hey, I'm gonna solve this as soon as I can do something about it. And until that time, I'm gonna live my life and I am going to not be stressed about it. Tip number 4 that I have for you is so important when it comes to handling stress, and I've mentioned it in some of my other videos too, but it's to practice good health. Now, why in the world would I be talking about health and making a sales pitch on having good health when we're talking about stress? Stress is an all-encompassing aspect of our life. It can affect us physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It can hit us on all fronts. And so we need to attack stress on all fronts. So this means that you're going to get enough sleep. That's a huge one. Everything seems better in the morning, I promise you, when you've had at least 8 hours of sleep. You're going to eat as healthy as you can. Now, I know this seems so silly, but when I am lacking good sleep, I've really not eaten the best foods to fuel my body, the world and my stressors get magnified. I just feel like it's so dominating and that there's nothing I can do, and I feel so overwhelmed. But on the other side of things, when I can get enough sleep and when I'm taking care of my body and eating good foods that are fueling my mind and my body, then I feel like I can tackle things. And my last tip for you, tip number 5, is to create a stress-free list. Now, a stress-free list is a list of things that you love to do that bring you a lot of joy or help you take a deep breath and calm down from your stressors. Now, that might seem like a no-brainer. Well, when you truly are in the thick of things, of being stressed out, of feeling like your life is a little bit out of your control, those things aren't the first thing that comes to your mind. So it's awesome to have a literal physical copy, whether on your phone, in your planner, on a notebook, in your journal, of things that you love to do that make you happy. That list can include exercising, watching your favorite show, calling somebody that you love. Like, I call my mom, and the world seems so much better after like 5 minutes with my mom. Or calling your best friend, or going to hang out at your favorite spot, or even just like eating your favorite meal. All these things can remind you that life is supposed to be enjoyed and not just endured. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 tips for you on dealing with stress. And I know that sometimes we feel like, oh, you know what, life is going great, and the next thing we know, stress is out the wazoo. Well, these tips are going to help you with that. And so you can start to manage your stress. And if there's any tip that I can stress that's like probably the most important, it's committing to not worrying about things that aren't real yet. So live your life in the present, tackle those stressors that you can, and always rely upon that stress-free list for some fun things that bring you joy in your life. So thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your support of my channel. Please give this video a nice thumbs up. Comment below on some of the things that you're going to include on your stress-free list. And of course, subscribe to my channel where I have amazing videos coming out for you every week. So, Abbi J out.